morning, dear viewers. Today is Saturday, the 1st of June, 2024, and we are here in Maryland for the LECDA USA Convention, which is going to take place in this hall right here. In a moment from now, the delegate will be arriving. There are a few executive members already in here, but the delegation is not yet around. But I think in a moment from now, the occasion is going to kickstart, and this is the plenary session to foster development in the BLM. And they have put out a blueprint or a vision, which is known as the BLM Paradise in 2050 through unity and development. So they want to turn the BLM into a paradise in 25 years. Let's stay tuned and listen to what is going to happen. But today, the CEO will be addressing the state of LECDA USA.
A convention with a well-defined objective is the one that is expected to have a tangible resolution and a key takeaway message at the end. LECDA USA 2024 convention was remarkably different from the past conventions, in the sense that instead of recounting projects that the organization has done during the past year, the leadership was merely setting an idea, an agenda, a vision, presenting how the BLM could look like in 25 years if all sons and daughters around the globe unite and bring their both financial and human resources together. To say this idea, the keynote speaker, Dr. Arno Simon, was carefully chosen. The CEO, Mr. Etienne Pascal's speech was carefully drafted. LECDA Live representative, Dr. Pam Fokker, is one of the founder administrator and a compassionate community leader. And His Majesty Senator Lekunze from Cameroon, representing all the 17 funds in the BLM. And Gaza Media, the #1 television in the BLM, with other small photographers were there to capture every action. Lastly, not leaving out the traditional chapters and fundings reports, because they constitute the BOT and are important stakeholder in the BLM Paradise Vision 2050. Minka System, as moderator, would triple as an artist and a pro for LECDA USA. There is no doubt that the event started late because the BLM are accustomed to starting 4 hours after the real time. Yet, they were joyful and exchanging of pleasantry as if they had the world time. In an event like this one, people take the advantage to do many other stuff, like selling their product, the flyer of LECDA Live next to that of Gaza Media, women marketing their product, and this lady, who is a designer, did just that.
Okay, yeah. You are the owner of the African Wear. Can you just say your name and if somebody wants to contact you?
So, thank you for the opportunity. This is a family business. Actually, my mom is a designer. The name of the business is Chonganis Helen African Fashion, or Helen African Fashion. Yes.
And are you based here in Maryland?
Yes, we are based in Maryland, precisely at Greenbelt 7309 Sunrise Court, Greenbelt, Maryland.
Okay. Do you have a phone number?
Yes.
Can you just shout it out?
We have a phone number. The phone number, the direct contact is 202-557-5517.
Say that again.
202-557-5517. Or you can reach us on the phone number 202-558-8712.
All right, thank you.
Now the real business is about to start when Dr. Awanche Nkemji was called on to lead with prayers.
Nyoktalet nzalat so bin in comfortable where on of for comfortable believe your beamans for our gap ngale bi rotalo for any more binan jeju mbona center ngale mbwan dem obun fien kon ngale o cha be ato because we bon lo mun kon ta no gonzo ngogi afefu abi for pitale ngaju to be mwet me bon ole go ale ngaju ko so we go center go fear prayer as you and ngale one dem gare kutu amen. Name of the Father and Son.
Followed by a brief remark from the CEO.
Your Highnesses, notables, ladies and gentlemen, you know, I had anticipated that I would have an opening remark at the beginning of this plenary session, but I'm kind of low-spirited, and the reason is obvious. Because when you prepare yourself and you anticipate what you want to say, you also anticipate an audience. And at times what you really want to say can stay within you when you are not met with that audience. But that notwithstanding, we are never going to give up, no matter how hard the situation appears to be. I want to thank you all for coming. I wish the fund was here already, because I had anticipated, and I will still say this, we really need to think what we want for the BLM. Because for the past years, we have been living in a survival state. And we are still living in a survival state. The fact that we put a lot of effort, which is not a bad thing, in our fandom association and chapter associations is deliberately deciding to live in a survival state. That is, we don't disappear, but we don't move forward. We revolve around the same position. Do we consciously want to keep living in the survival state? Is that what we want for the BLM? I don't think that is what we want. And I just want to issue this reminder, not just to the people who are seated here in this hall, but to the rest of the BLM people worldwide. The way we have been doing things is not sustainable. It hasn't benefited us. That is why year in, year out, the BLM remains the same. We keep doing the same thing, struggling to survive. We can do more than survive. Our effort at the level of the Fondant Association only helps us to survive. Let's do something that goes beyond surviving, that is coming together to build a stronger BLM. If I have the time to go through my State of LECDA USA address, I'm going to outline this in details. But as we go into this deliberation, how much time we're able to put into it, I want us all to reflect. What do we want for the BLM? And choose our priorities correctly. You have a board that is ready to champion. All we need is your support. Again, I will end here for now, and when it comes to the address, I will unveil a lot. Thank you so much for coming, especially the people who honored the time that we chose and they were here on time. Thank you so much.
Then chapter and fandom reports, starting with the DC inactive chapter, Michigan chapter, then Wangong fandom, Arizona chapter, New York chapter. A special report from Limbe chapter by retired Commissioner Fonwale, who missed his flight and was presented by Mbembola.
So the report is from Commissioner Fonwale. He is presently in Minnesota. He came in yesterday. He got mixed up, so he can't make it here. I will summarize that his main concern here is LECDA. There is no active LECDA back home, even though back home is a national. that the executive hijacked the national at home and they refused to organize any general assembly. There's no election, so they have turned it to the politics. And then when you complain to the chiefs, as you write here, the chief prefers to attend funerals and get their VIP seats and forget about what LECDA is all about.
War fundum. Esa fundum. The Bamumbu fundum. The Mwabuto fundum. Nkong fundum. And Lebang fundum. Then the big man show up. His Majesty Senator Kunze, the fund of Bamboo, representing the 17 funds in the BLM. Pouring of the libation is an important part in the BLM culture, where the spirit of the ancestral are invoked to take care of the event, just like the Christianity will call on the saint to intercede in their prayers to God.
Nebelem le BLM bekruisinga. One lemle, who phone number, number bembe, ne wa bane. Who number phone le BLM, wa banela. Nebe number. Ndu watet ale wo ale bang afo njumeto afo sungu afo simonde alla ale bi ale megame la game u la 17 la ata abagame bokresin alane ngafo anengom bole bi ale babo bonte singa bogame menjute nganga waba ninkrasinga nganga kong nganga mbola nganga manga ala you want to development la kwat ne befon to ole bia lemba bo to owango singa la ne bekam bezin mbangatu bala anene lene le bia lema ne tsumo ne babala ale bia lema ne buyemo ni megane mbi anu ga me bala asinga la tin tinga singa men tinga la awolimbo le bia le megane mbi katenzengo e bel katengu alanka wokatsa bo le bia lem afete you let that on unity la nyekatsa le bia lem let them ko onga na gbede mbi foundation of the United States of America nga we talk development abeme America abeme le bia lem abeme Cameroon le bia lem na ame e ganembi katen ko na kwan pa wet wa le bia lem avi ba wa telane LECDA kan ganembi la telane le bia lem kan ganembi la te renu le bia lem na ame bobola te metson ganembi wait I renu la na le bia lem te eze ya mo me gana kwan bo me juga jukle ya bo me je ba le bia lem gana hey te ni me ba me ne ndu wana bonton bo li bo me ko te me chuchu ba banyen.
After all this showcase, it was time for real business. The time to truly define the BLM Paradise vision. 5 people were tasked to do that job, starting with LECDA Live, where Dr. Pam uses an example of LECDA Live to show the strengths in collaboration.
So I'm going to go back to what the CEO have echoed here and some of the members have echoed here. Together, we can stay strong. But if we want to operate fundum by fundum, that strength might be compromised. So, in terms of this association, LECDA USA, LECDA Live is what is sustaining LECDA USA. And my plea here from the administrators is for us to work together to support LECDA USA and support LECDA.
Then the chief financial organizer, Mrs. Therese Fomeche, presented data which were not very encouraging and asked members to contribute towards development and not just the convention dues.
This report is only from September because last year we had a late convention. So from September 2023, I inherited from our current CEO, who was the CFO of LECDA USA at the time. We had approximately 30,000 and some change, $30,000 and some change. So with all the activities that's been going on, we've paid out some dues and also paid out, expenses for our convention. And the current balance today is still at $30,999.69 plus our $5,819.20 from LECDA Live. So we'll add that to it.
Then the keynote speaker, Dr. Anu Simon, who embraces the idea 9 months ago when it was introduced during the last convention, spoke with passion, sometimes quoting the Bible and even saying, "Home is home."
They are Tamangwada of Bamumbo, all nobles and hierarchy respected. Greetings to the board members and executive of LECDA. Thank you, Community News Gaza. Thank you, LECDA Live. Thank you, brothers and sisters. Thank you, DJ. And I'm humbled, not me alone, my wife Brenda A. Amin, my kids, to have been granted this singular opportunity for today to talk to you about a vision I bought into right off listening to it. And for the sake of time, I'll try to do it a little different. And what is this vision? This is about a patriotic gentleman in the name of Mr. Afwet James. And from digging other archives, I learned that this is a vision that has been lingering around the corridors of the BLM for too long. And I say thank you, the CEO of LECDA and the board, of which I'm equally a member, to have bought into this vision right off, and we went to work right off after the last LECDA Convention 2023. During that session, we realized that the Vision 2028 was great, but was not enough for the BLM person. And cognizant of the fact that during that session, I found out something very singularly important to all of you. And part of us is still back home. I'll read something to all of us. I remember the letter from Birmingham jail from Martin Luther King, and I want to read this excerpt. Injustice anywhere is threat to justice everywhere. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly.
So we are moving to a very important item on the agenda.
And the CEO, Mr. Etienne Pascal, who took the microphone and reminded the audience why they have come to Maryland and what it might take to realize this dream, saying the youth of the BLM are the greatest actor in that journey.
Your Majesties, thank you for joining us, and we are honored to have you here. On September 3rd, 2023, we met here in DMV in this very hall for the 2023 convention. During that convention, Chief Afwe, like Njege Bray, announced that LECDA USA would conceive a new initiative. Today marks exactly 9 months since 2023 convention that witnessed the creation of a new board. If that initiative was a baby and actually conceived, as announced by Chief Afwe, that baby should be due today. We are gathered here today to assess if that initiative described here as a baby was conceived and how the mother, LECDA USA board, has nurtured the baby own initiative over the past 9 months. I can confidently inform the people of the BLM today that a baby was indeed conceived and successfully carried and nurtured by the mother, the BOT, over the past 9 months. As we heard earlier by our keynote speaker, a beautiful baby or initiative named the BLM Paradise was conceived and has been delivered. This effort started yesterday with the BLM Unity Tournament in honor of our past CEOs. Our youth are the pillars who will drive the vision of the BLM Paradise 2050, and I'm committed to actively involve them in this journey. I urge all the BLM youth to join this cause and lead this vision, and as their effort will shape the future of the BLM. In the days ahead, I look forward to establishing a network of the BLM youth titled the BLM Impact on the Youth Impact on the BLM Paradise 2050, where we shall network on how their voices can bring about the change we need.
The last speaker, the fund took a stand and spoke from the heart without a paper, even though it is often said, l'homme n'a rien sans son bord. The fund did not have any cheat, but still deliver it like a pro, saying everything is possible, and was confident that seeing the maturity of LECDA USA, he is going back home knowing that he has people in America.
I believe I want to live here with more contentment, given the maturity that LECDA has come of age. I was just trying to talk about love, and then let me go to peace and remind us what we know already. that it is very wise to know where you went wrong so that you don't go wrong again tomorrow. And in Bamumbu, they say you don't fall twice on the same spot. I believe I'm being very brief, but saying what I had to say. I'm talking about peace. It is until you are wise that you don't load your own gun and shoot your feet. I want to believe that the BLM people that echoes go negatively about have been inspired by God through Jesus Christ to stand on their feet and tell the world that if you thought they were wearing black yesterday, they are wearing white, and in 50 years they will be wearing gold.
Is a fundraise in this assessment, with more than 5,000 the BLM people in the US, and only about 300 are participating, less than 6%. The youth who constitute the highest population need to step up their game, and can the CEO pull them? Remain a million question. Fonde Kunze is a charismatic person, even making joke to his friend, a fun from the northwest of English Cameroon.
By these wonderful people, and say a different story about the BLM people, that the dark cloud has passed and the shining golden cloud has come, and you shall also follow. Today, I would have loved to see your community that is more than 300 here to come and give us something. Yes, they call it better. Something good. And so I believe it's a promise you are owing us something, even if we are owing you too.
It's a promise.
Thank you for coming, my
Thank
dear
you.
brother.
Thank you.
I'm starting with the fund, but I should have started with myself, because when the report of the fundums was given, out of 17 fundums, I didn't hear $50 times 17. $50 times 50 times 17. That's what I expected to hear. I didn't hear maybe 300 registered and active members times 17. So that this hall would have been very, very tight, airtight. And a lot, I've not heard much. And so I'm going back with a very clean sheet of report written in red to us that we've not done our assignment enough, because this hall is not full and the coffers are not full. That's why I would thank, and I want all of us to join me to thank LECDA Life for being the oxygen that LECDA USA is breathing so that it doesn't wither.
After the talking, it was dinner and dance group to entertain the occasion. And due to the importance of the species, focusing on mobilizing and working on the BLM Paradise 2050, we have separate production for each of those speeches, which are presented on our official YouTube channel. Please take a moment and go through them. The last part of this convention will be fundraising, as money is needed to drive this agenda forward. Stay tuned.
This is Gaza Media, bringing to you live here in Maryland. And I'm Ernest Kumba.